Hey, Dr. John. Recently, we've had a number of clients who have suffered knee injuries, specifically meniscal tears. Is that significant?
Yes, Mark, meniscal tears can be significant.
Why are meniscal tears significant?
Meniscal tears are significant because they can be a source of significant pain and disability.
In your background and experience, are you qualified to talk about and know about meniscal tears?
In my previous experience as an orthopedic surgeon, I evaluated, treated, and diagnosed meniscal tears, as well as done the surgery that's involved with these types of tears.
Hey, Dr. John, can they affect our clients' function, like walking and doing things?
Yes, because the knee is a weight-bearing joint, walking, climbing, going upstairs, all those types of functions can be affected.
Hey, Dr. John, for our clients who had meniscal tears, could you please help explain and describe the anatomy relevant to those types of injuries?
Sure, Mark. In order to understand the anatomy, let's take a look at this diagram. So what we're looking at here is the front of the knee. The kneecap the patella is right in the front, and then the tibia is the top of the shin bone. The femur is the bottom of the thigh bone. Between the thigh bone and the shin bone, that is the knee proper. That's where the joint is located. And you can see on this particular diagram, the meniscus is located between the end of the thigh bone and the top of the shin bone.
What's the function of the meniscus?
The meniscus or menisci, the plural, are involved with shock absorption inside the knee. It's shaped in a way that involves also to help give nourishment to the articular cartilage, or the cartilage that covers each end of the thigh bone and the shin bone.
For our clients who suffer meniscal tears or meniscal injuries, what's the mechanism of those injuries? How do they occur?
Typically, the mechanism of injury is a compression force, or a force that pushes the top of the shin bone and the bottom of the thigh bone together. When that happens, the cushion in between gets pressed together, and sometimes shear forces or the twisting will cause a tear.
For our clients who have suffered meniscal injuries in their knee, what are the likely symptoms that they're going to experience?
The most common symptoms is pain, typically located directly in the spot where the tear occurs. Other symptoms that can occur are giving way or locking, especially if the meniscus has such a tear that it can actually get between the two surfaces and not allow the knee to move.
For our clients who have meniscal or knee injuries, how are they diagnosed?
The diagnosis of a meniscal tear is primarily a clinical one, meaning the doctor or the orthopedic surgeon can examine your knee and determine whether a meniscal tear exists. But another more objective way to identify the meniscal tear is through something called an MRI. If we take a look at this diagram, I can explain why an MRI is useful. Here we're looking at MRI images where there are three of them, one located from the front, one located from the side, and then one located from the top. The MRI is able to cut the knee in different pieces so that we can see the different structures. And when those structures are then identified, we can identify the meniscus and determine whether there's a tear.
For our clients who have suffered meniscal or knee injuries, what kind of treatment can they expect, and who are the likely doctors that they should be seeking out consults with?
So meniscal tears are typically treated by an orthopedic surgeon. Those tears also don't usually heal by themselves, and treatment is dictated by the amount of symptoms that you have. If you're having significant pain, locking, buckling, or giving way, then often intervention is recommended. The intervention here is a arthroscopic surgery.
For our clients who have suffered from a knee injury and a meniscal tear, what does the future likely hold for them?
The future for individuals who have sustained a meniscal injury depends on the extent of the tear itself. There are some tears that can be repaired because that part of the meniscus has a good blood supply. But more often, the blood supply is compromised in the area where the tear is, and so those tears are actually removed. Later on, since this meniscus is a shock absorber, if the shock absorber has been partly removed, there can be an increased risk of arthritis.
Thank you, Dr. John.
You're welcome, Mark.